The University of Detroit Mercy presents another brand new episode of Ask the Professor, the radio show on which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. Today's program was recorded using Zoom video conferencing technology.
The University Tower chimes ring in another session of Ask the Professor, the show in which you match wits with University of Detroit Mercy professors in an unrehearsed session of questions and answers. I'm your host, Matt Mayo, and let me introduce to you our panel for today. From the Department of Chemistry and Biochemistry, it's Professor Mara Livezey.
Hello.
How are you doing, Mara? And how was the chili shopping?
Yes. Well, the Meyer on 8 Mile does not have chilies and adobo sauce, so
What?
Oh.
I mean, usually they carry them. It must be some weird, COVID logistics supply chain thing.
I think it's supply chain things, because even when I was walking around, they were out of things that seemed odd to be out of. But other than that, shopping was great. I got so many of those just big cans of tomatoes and black beans. It's gonna be delicious.
Awesome. Absolutely awesome. We are having a winter blast event tomorrow, and Chem Club is making special chili. No other added chemicals besides good food.
That's right.
Well, that's what they're telling you.
Yeah, the UDM Chernobyl event, huh?
Oh, jeez. Winter blast, not nuclear blast.
The mushroom cloud over Briggs is dissipating. Oh.
Ukraine has enough to worry about at the moment anyway.
Yes, they do.
This is true.
They most definitely do. Professor Stephanie Conant is here from the Department of Biology.
Hello.
What's going on besides advising?
Nothing. Not much. I don't know. I feel like the semester is really slow and really fast all at the same time. So
yeah, I know what you
Not
mean.
the first person who said that.
Like every Friday, I'm like, oh, that went by fast. And then every Monday, I'm like, I'm not going to survive it. So I don't know.
You really do need me to come by your classroom door and yell free beer at the top of my lungs, don't you?
They don't need any other excuses to leave. No.
Stephanie, are you seeing, we've talked about this a little bit. It's been a while since you and I chatted. Are you seeing any interesting student classroom behavior?
Not really. I mean, no. I feel like I have had to be more tough this week than before.
Okay.
There's been a lot of like, it's fine, right? And I finally have been like, no, it's not fine. So there's a lot of leeway given, and I feel like now I'm having to like rein it all back in and be like,
right. Yeah. We do live in a world where, mostly because of COVID, we feel guilty for putting up any boundary. Like I keep assuring the students, the semester does have an end date. Like we can't just have everything go forever, so
right.
That much I understand.
Yeah. No, I had to tell a student today that they I didn't use the word half-assed, but I was like, dude,
you thought it.
Yes, I used a better term, but
not your best work.
Not your best work. Like you could have tried harder.
Try harder. Yeah, that's always a good one.
Yes.
Well, I'm with you. I may or may not have used with a student this morning, that's not a good look for you. And that was the best that I could do.
Nice.
I'm disappointed.
Bless your heart.
Oh, Sister Erin was only here. So
let me just say that I guarantee that Professor Stephen Manning isn't missing a nano sneeze of anything that we just talked about.
Though I did miss the previous discussion on the tintillating discussion on assessment. No, I don't miss it a bit. Thank you for recognizing that.
No worries. You look very relaxed, and we know that you are. Actually, haven't seen your doggo march by at any point during this.
Yeah, he's out. He's on even more medication. We're dropping off yesterday. We had to buy more of those pill things, those Monday, Tuesday.
Pill pockets? Oh.
God,
puppy uppers?
We had to order more of these because he has his morning and his dinner time and his bedtime medications.
My gosh.
So
Wow.
yeah, he's drugged up much of the time. But
It's all for the best.
And
dropping them
probably
off.
very happy.
yeah, we're dropping them off next Tuesday, and we'll be gone for until the following Thursday at least. We don't actually know when we're coming back because our flight is we're taking a risk coming back standby with my nephew, who the old Air Force pilot guy who now is flying for United, and he said, no, don't buy a plane ticket home, I can get you on standby. So we're flying there without a return ticket, which feels a little bit weird, but
Yeah,
I've made it clear to him that if this falls through, I'm writing him out of the will. So
But if it works, Stephen, if it works,
if it works, we will have flown from Detroit to Phoenix and back for $78. So
jeez, that's worth a shot. That is worth a shot right there.
Hello, Keenan.
The walking
so handsome.
What a cute.
Oh, look at that walking hair shirt.
He just sweeps the girl huskies off their paws.
Say hello. You want to say hello? Say hello. Say hello.
I think the meds are soaking in.
It's not my idea.
That's
I'm
right.
not saying hello.
I think he's on the calming medication right now.
Oh, good.
Oh, the
Good.
doggy downers. Okay,
Right.
gotcha.
The downers. Professor Beth Oljar is here from philosophy. How are you doing, Beth?
I'm doing okay.
Would you go to Phoenix for $78? I feel like I would go to Phoenix for $78.
And back.
And back.
Phoenix would not be my choice, but
okay.
What, for $78 and warm weather? Oh, come on. I'd be willing to go to Clawson for $78. I mean, geez.
Okay, if you had to stay in the continental 48 and avoid Alaska and Hawaii, the freak states, like where would you go for $78 right now, Beth?
Wait a minute, Matt, shouldn't we be saving this for the end of the show? I mean, this is a great imponderable.
Maybe to Oregon, so I could go to the coast, or Idaho to see my sister.
Sure. Yeah, that's nice.
Come on, Beth. Astoria this time of the year would be wonderful, right?
Astoria is not my part of the. It's gorgeous and I love it, but that's not my part of the Oregon coast.
Okay.
I'm a Lincoln City, Cannon Beach.
Yep. Understood. I've camped there.
Not a goonie. Of course, we've heard a few times chiming in. Professor Dave Chow is here. You actually heard the real tower chimes there in the background.
Oh.
You're paying attention. Confused myself a little bit, by the way, doing recitation this morning, because I always wait for the 8 a.m. clock tower, and I launched right into the Ask the Professor intro. They didn't notice, but
Matt, remember you were there earlier than most herbivores on campus. I mean, good Lord.
That's right. But we have Professor Dave Chow.
Pleasure to be here, as always.
Excellent. Are you your CCS on your hat, but are you tigers on your hoodie or what?
Yes, it is.
Well, I knew it.
So,
Medicine Hat Tigers.
I've also got some other swag too, but it's a little too loud to be wearing on camera, so I'll hold back. So
regale us with some interesting entertainment-based project that you're working on, Dave.
I'm working on Toyota at the very moment. Last week I was working on Cliff Bars for kids. I think I mentioned that to you. And prior to that, I was working on Facebook.
Nice. Well,
the Facebook stuff is a little out there though. So it's like, I'm still like dumbfounded at all. And I think we're following that up next week. So we shall see.
You did a Super Bowl thing, did you not?
Several. Actually, the Super Bowl stuff that I worked on did not go this year. I worked on the Cadillac stuff, and they went with the Chevy Mike Myers stuff instead.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was a huge buy for them. It was between Chevy, GMC truck, and GM in general. They went with that. So no big deal.
Cool.
It's a living.
All right, folks, this is a program. You can send us questions regarding anything. If you stump the panel, you win a prize. If you don't stump the panel, you win a prize. Send us the questions in a number of ways, emailing us at atp@udmercy.edu. Find us on Facebook or Instagram, or listen on your favorite smart speaker by asking it to play Ask the Professor at University of Detroit Mercy. Okay, dear professors, as I get ready to retire for the evening, I didn't want you to think the Burroughs family had forgotten about sending in new questions to the show. Sadly, it's been too long since we've done that. We've even slacked off on the urgency, sending in a new list of imponderables, but we're on it. Questions are relatively easy to accumulate as we run across random facts that we think are appropriate for your show. The imponderables, of course, take a little more brain power and deeper thinking, and we want them to be challenging and thought-provoking. Sadly, we will not be asking things like, what's your favorite noble gas? And want all topics that the professors can relate to and ponder deeply. Rest assured that list is being worked on, so here are 20 questions we've compiled that we hope will still remain challenging. Warmest greetings from Valencia, California, Frank and the Burroughs family, or the family Burroughs.
Wow, Mara just about jumped out of her skin when you said favorite noble gas. I mean,
finally, something I know about.
There's only a handful of them. Okay. It's going to be difficult with so many different cities in the United States to get laser focused on this one. So probably if you can tell me the state, what is the location of the oldest continually operating McDonald's franchise?
It's somewhere in California.
It is in California. Yeah, it's the original McDonald's Brothers restaurant in Downey, California. Downey.
Where's Downey?
In California.
Oh, okay.
Right outside of the U.S.
You know, over there.
The left coast. Yeah. Over there.
In what state or city, it's a city you know, is the National Toy Hall of Fame located?
Rochester.
It is. Rochester, New York, not Rochester, Michigan.
No. The only reason I know is because when our executive producer, got married, that's where he got married.
It was right. I knew it was in New York. I didn't know it was Rochester.
Very nice.
It's a fun time.
Got married at the toy museum. That would be fun.
Do you take the slinky?
Do you take this Mr. Potato Head to be your lawful
with or without the pipe?
So, what was the retail price of the very first Etch-a-Sketch toy? And that was sold in 1960 to sort of frame the question.
$2.
$1.29.
You're all like really close right off the top of your head. It retailed for $2.99, the very first Etch-a-Sketch. So it's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Well, by today's standards, I wonder what's $2.99 in
2022 dollars.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Look it up on your phone.
Yep. Or I would have had Dan start crunching the numbers if he was here. Which came first, professors? The name of Lake Ontario or the province name of Ontario?
The lake.
Yeah, it was the lake. For whatever reason, it's the lake. Yep. The Great Lake Ontario. Today, as far as I know, not on fire. What percentage of American adults do not practice the religion that they were raised to?
42%.
60%.
I was going for 60. Yeah.
Let's go 80. I'll push it.
I need something from Steven and then we'll have a winner.
35%.
You want me to text Kendra and get an answer? I mean,
Steven wins. You don't have to text it. It's 33%. It's 1/3. 1/3.
Wow.
For whatever that statistic could mean. I mean, there's so many different ways to interpret that. Like,
disillusionment.
I was born a snake handler. I'm going to die a snake handler.
Literally and figuratively, right? I got bit. Oh,
exactly. What was on the last #1 hit by everybody's favorite band, the Monkees?
Ooh, come on, Beth.
Not Daydream Believer. That's the Dave Clark 5.
Yeah.
No,
Last Train to Clarksville.
Yeah.
No, but so did the Monkees, didn't they?
The Monkees had a cover of Last Train to Clarksville.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I was thinking actually of Glad All Over. I was thinking of a different song, so my bad.
Last Train to Clarksville is not the answer, though.
Was it Daydream Believer?
It was not. I believe you might be mixing a couple of signals there.
Wait, the question was the last number one hit for the Monkey, right?
Right.
Last train.
Hey, were the Monkeys?
Yeah,
the Monkeys theme is a good guess, but is also incorrect.
That's the only one I know.
I'm trying to remember. God, I'm trying to remember the show.
I mean, I'll say the line that precedes the part of the song that has the name in it. Then I saw her face. Now
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer.
I'm a believer. Yes.
That's
instead of Daydream Believer? Is that what you
So two separate songs.
Got it. Okay, gotcha.
So I should have gotten half credit for Daydream.
You always get
said a word.
Yeah, you use vowels.
Since I know that my parents listen to the show, I have to say I remember vividly right when Nickelodeon crossed over into the boomer nostalgia at the very beginning in the evening, and the Monkeys were on all the time. That my mom sat us down. She's like, "Oh my God, we got to watch this. It's so hilarious." And we all three of us looked at my mom like, "What the hell is this?" Seriously. But then, because that's the way it goes, we did the same thing with our kids in the Muppet Show, and every dang one of my kids looked at me and said, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like,
"What were you smoking, Mom and Dad?"
Yeah. You go back and watch the Muppet Show.
Muppets are creepy.
It's crazy. Still good, but
I love it.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah, come on, Dr. Bunsen Honeydew. I mean,
well, it's like trying to get your kids to sit down and watch Fraggle Rock. Also, really strange.
Swedish Chef was pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. But
Dr. Teeth in the Electric Orchestra.
Okay, Mom, this was on PBS. You're telling me.
Yes. Like today,
and I really like. Yeah, I mean, I really like the Monkeys. So there you go.
Okay, come
Monkeys
on,
are great. I love the Monkeys
I
now.
remember watching the Monkeys.
Now, the one that creeped me out as a kid was, do you remember any of the Sid and Marty Krofft specials?
Oh, of course.
Those are always like, oh.
Yeah.
It's not just about puppets. It's about human-sized puppets in that series.
Yeah.
Have
we
you
were
ever?
Just like, oh, this is great, and now we're like, those are really creepy puppets.
Is there such a thing as a non-creepy puppet?
No, not if you think too hard about it.
It's a good question. Yeah.
I guarantee, because this is a definitional question, we want the definition for what a zarf is, Z-A-R-F. But I guarantee that at least one, possibly two of you has interacted with a zarf today.
I think it's the sleeve that goes on the Starbucks coffee thing.
There you go. It's the corrugated cardboard sleeve for the coffee. Yeah.
How did you
know that?
Yeah.
I have not interacted with a zarf today.
Not
Me
neither.
I'm sorry, there's not a zarf for my Gatorade, so I mean,
I love the fact that Steven knew that. That is hilarious.
I mean, is that like a thagomizer thing again? I mean,
I don't know how I know most of the things I know.
You read books and you know things. That's what you
ran across it somewhere and it's stuck.
Like toilet paper on a shoe. I mean,
yeah.
What are the names of the two companies that together, which is kind of weird if you think about capitalism, developed CDs, compact discs?
Sony.
Yeah.
And
Philips, Techniques, Panasonic.
Philips and Sony. Yes.
I hear they're making a comeback.
That's what I heard.
What?
DVDs,
CDs?
CDs.
Oh, good.
I still have all mine. So
some of us never left them. I have never downloaded a song from the internet ever.
I don't think I really have either. I still have a 3-disc changer in case I need it.
Me too.
5. I got a 5-disc changer.
Yeah, I have a 5-disc CD player and a 3-disc one. So yeah.
And a tape deck.
I have
the tape deck
and LPs.
I do not have a tape deck, but I do still have a lot of my LPs, especially the ones that I wanted to frame because the art was so. I mean, that's one of the things you miss about albums, right?
Yeah.
Was the cover art. Yeah.
It's true.
Hello, Jupiter. Look at you, sweet girl.
Hello.
Oh, jeez, look at that animal. Oh, savagery.
Hey, professors, what is actress and director Penny Marshall's middle name?
It's not Laverne, is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Louise.
Hassan Pepper.
Incorporated.
Incorporated.
That's right.
No, it's Penny. Her real first name is Carol, which is kind of
Carol?
Penny's better.
Carol Marshall. Seems kind of dry.
Carol Penny Marshall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, for the people who keep track of such things, in the classic movie, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, how many times does John Wayne's character say the word pilgrim?
4.
100.
Okay,
We're
we got
very
4
different.
and we got
One
100.
time, he only says it once and it stuck. Was that impactful?
I mean, that's actually not a bad guess, Stephanie, because I mean, it's just one of those things that he's known for saying, like, what do you got going on there, pilgrim? He said it 23 times. So you know what? 4 plus 100 divided by 2 and then divide by 2 again.
Right.
Oh, dear Lord.
Plus 1.
Dan just passed a kidney stone based on that math.
Oh no, and it's the invocation of Dan
Good thing
says
he's
that I know that
napping
he can
now.
do this one.
Yeah.
Off the top of his head. With one pull and no jokers, what are the odds you're going to get a face card from a standard deck if you pull one card?
Wait, what?
With no jokers and
Okay.
one pull, what are the odds you're getting a face card?
So there's
1 in 8.
12%.
12 of 52.
no
I need a
face
percentage.
card.
Well, someone else can do that math.
Oh, for the,
Whatever.
18,
1 in 8
18 and
is.
22.
There's 8 face cards. I'm sorry. 3.
No.
My
There's
bad.
12.
I'm
that's
grabbing
3 out
my
of
calculator.
3 out of
suits.
13, right?
There's 12, but there's 4. No.
No, there's
3.
13.
3 times 4.
12 of 50.
10, Jack, Queen, King.
10.
No. Jack,
Not
Queen,
a face-
King.
Yeah.
So 3
All
times
4
4 is
suits.
12.
12.
So you've got,
Divide
for
by
any one
52.
card, it's 1 out of 12, right? No, I'm sorry,
No,
you're right.
12
12 out of 52. My bad. This is why I don't teach probability calculus anymore.
15%.
Do I need to call Dan
Nope.
back? Do I need to
Not
wake
gonna
him
do
up?
it.
Trying to
math.
do the calculation.
Oh my God, we're
Can I
all
use
over the
a
place.
Phone.
15%.
3 out of 13. What is
Yeah.
that?
This has got me freaked out, and we're gonna have to have Frank because the number already seemed odd. So just for the record, 12 out of 52 is
23%.
23%.
but he has 31% listed, and I'm like, what are we not taking?
What's a face
into
card?
account? Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
Unless
no.
he's counting an
Counting a
ace as a
10.
face card.
Possibly
there's no
counting
face
it.
on
or
it.
a 10.
That doesn't make any sense.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
don't know.
if you're playing 21, it would count as a 10.
Yeah, but it's not a face
it's not a
card.
face-
It's the
yeah.
Jack, Queen, or King
Yeah, that's what I
Right.
thought too. But I don't know.
traditionally.
What's 15 out of 52?
That's actually 31. So maybe we're counting aces here. Interesting. I don't know.
Okay.
But that's only
I still think we're right.
We're
that's
not
only
counting.
3 more than 12.
No,
We're not-
4.
Well, that'd be 15,
That'd be
right?
16.
So 4
16
suits, 4
divided
cards
by
each. That's
52.
right. It would be.
Yeah, 16.
30.1%,
Yeah.
Yep.
0.7%.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh.
that was bananas.
What are the
That was-
chances of a left bower as opposed to?
Oh my God. Oh, that
Oh
was
my
painful.
gosh.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Oh, Art Heyman died.
Yes, Art passed away.
But
Yeah, he did. I mean, for those who might remember us bringing up a former associate assistant dean in the College of Engineering and Science, Art just celebrated his 90th birthday last weekend with his family and passed very soon after. So,
oh, that's too bad.
yep. Professors, there are only 3 angels actually mentioned by name in the books of the Bible, the modern books of the Bible. What are they?
Gabriel
Gabriel, Michael,
and
And the very famous one?
That cousin
Lucifer.
they don't talk about.
Lucifer.
Yeah.
The cousin they don't talk about. No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm the first thing I went to was like, It's a Wonderful Life. I'm thinking like, what's the name of George Bailey's angel again? I mean,
What was that guy's name?
Clarence.
Clarence. Yes, that's right.
Clarence.
This is a great piece of trivia that you can use to amaze your friends at parties.
You're assuming we have friends.
I have never actually heard this before, but I love it. I just love it. Only one U.S. state has never had a foreign flag fly above it. What is it?
North Dakota?
Mm-mm.
I'm thinking like, what are the states away from the borders?
That's a good way to solve this, I would say.
Missouri.
Mississippi.
No.
No, that would be the Louisiana
Arkansas.
Compact, right?
South
that would be
Dakota.
French.
Mm-mm.
Montana?
Idaho.
Wyoming.
Yeah, so I have Idaho here is what I have. It's the
Oh.
only state that's never had a foreign flag fly above it. So.
That is no doubt why my sister moved there. I mean, she's a libertarian. I'm not kidding you. So that actually would have
Exactly why.
been something that would have appealed to her.
For sovereignty?
Much sunnier than Seattle.
Right.
That's not saying that's not saying
And a
much.
lot less expensive. The cost of living is way lower in southern Idaho than in Seattle.
I wish that I could give you sort of an obvious clue to get us going towards this one, but this is awesome. Speaking of LPs, Stephen, the first LP that sold 1 million copies is a very, very famous, one of those cross-generational performers, been around sort of forever. I want to say he's passed, but I could be wrong. I've got nothing else. Initials are HB. Any ideas?
HB.
Not Chuck Berry.
HB.
Said cross-generational.
I'd say cross-generational.
Henry, Hank.
It's a Harry.
Belafonte?
It's Harry Belafonte.
Oh,
Harry Belafonte's Calypso was the first album that ever sold 1 million copies.
Sorry,
I
did one of my Kendra reaches where you just give me one, Charles, Chuck, chimpanzee. I mean, it works.
I think he has passed.
Has he?
Yeah.
Oh.
How about
And
this
Sidney
one?
Poitier, which is terrible too.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. Where is the Carmen line? Karman.
Wait, he's 94. He has not died yet.
Oh, okay. So Harry's still alive.
Sorry, Harry.
Sorry,
Jeez.
Oops, stick around longer.
But you get the bonus points, Beth, for finding a contemporary of Sidney Poitier. They were basically the same age. So yeah.
Okay. So what was that last question?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Carmen, what?
Where do you find the Carmen line? Karman. Carmen line.
on a map.
IKEA.
Mara, you can't find the Carmen line on
Dang
the
it.
map.
Oh, darn. Is this like on the surface of the moon kind of thing-ish?
Getting closer.
Oh.
Is it a constellation?
It is not a constellation, but you're the closest response so far.
Is it like asteroid belt or something like that?
Is it at the farthest edge of our solar system?
No, but if you combine you and Stephanie, we're basically there. So remember, and by the way, it is an internet thing that's happening today to track every European and Asian flight and how they're all perfectly tracing out the country of Ukraine because no one wants to fly over the airspace where other things are flying through the air. It is the line 62 miles above the earth where international airspace ends and everything beyond that is not owned by a country in the atmosphere. That is messed up three-dimensionality is all I got to say.
Yikes.
So how does one own the air?
That is a good question.
Well, you don't, yeah, obviously you don't really own the air.
Where yours starts.
This is mine.
But airspace, I mean, we have a political science professor here. Airspace is a big deal. I mean, people hold that pretty close to borders, right, Stephen? So
Well, it's like the coast too,
Yeah.
it's a
Like
certain
fishing rights.
miles off the coast until you get to
International waters, 3 miles, actually, I think.
It's airspace, not, and you need permission from the country whose airspace you're flying over to fly there.
Yeah, I always think of it as just imagine a column around the border of a country, and that's carving out essentially its airspace.
The only issue with that, Beth, if you don't mind, is the fact that, we're on an oblate spheroid, so it would be at an angle.
Jeez.
And exactly, I was just about to make that motion.
And
So the idea, though, is you would have to cap it off. Otherwise, that country's borders extend into the solar system.
You cap
Like-
it off at the Kármán line. Yeah.
That's right.
Why we
But
need
it's
it.
like,
Now we know.
but it's like the U.S. owns the moon. Remember? I mean,
Yes.
There was a
Side, just the
In the
side.
night, in the 19th century, contiguous ranching meant that you could graze your cattle on any land that was contiguous to yours,
Sure.
where the entire Western Range counted as contiguous land.
You said hope they come back.
Yeah.
well, wait a minute. Wait, so is this kind of like Matt's kids wandering over to my yard? They can do that freely, and I mean,
Correct.
They bring a lawnmower, you won't shoo them away, will you?
not at all.
No, that's correct. That was the understanding of a lot of the big ranchers in the West.
Mhm. Professors, we've reached the end of these questions, and it's a great one because, of course, Frank Burroughs and his family Burroughs always do a fantastic job. What was the first sporting event ever held at Joe Louis Arena? God rest it. December 12th, 1979.
A sporting event, not a concert.
The first ever event at JLA was a sporting event. December 12th, 1979. What was it?
boxing match.
It was not boxing.
What the?
Somebody
Oh.
knows.
Not a boxing match. Well, it's not
Hockey.
hockey, is it? Yeah, I was gonna say
Hockey,
hockey.
yeah.
Hockey would be a good guess because we missed the JLA quite a bit, but it wasn't actually hockey. It was the other sport they played there a lot,
Basketball.
basketball.
Oh.
Okay. Not a Pistons game was. I don't think they played the JLA, did they?
Nope. It was the University of Michigan Wolverines defeating by a score of 85-72 the University of Detroit Titans.
Oh,
Oh, so it was even
No
us in this first event. Well, that's
The
really
nerve of them.
embarrassing.
Yep.
We should have gotten that.
Well, esoteric university trivia for what it's for what
well,
it's worth.
I don't see anybody walking around U of M with that emblazoned on T-shirt or anything like that yet. So
Not yet.
not yet.
Yeah.
They need some wins, though. Let me tell you, they need some wins up there.
Well, they need a coach that can slug a little bit better too.
And with that, I think the time has come to say goodbye, Dave,
See ya.
Beth,
Goodbye.
Stephen,
Goodbye.
Stephanie,
Goodbye.
and Mara.
Goodbye.
Now these words from University of Detroit Mercy. Ask the Professor is transcribed in, all of our homes, but usually it's in the Briggs Building in the Department of Communication Studies in the College of Liberal Arts and Education at University of Detroit Mercy's McNichols campus. Ask the Professor is produced and technically directed by Michael Jason and Brian Masonville, and our executive producer is Professor Jason Roach. Until next week, I'm your host, Matt Mayo.